Yo, if this ain't starting off a time skip with the most impactful bang that you can, I don't know what is. And like I've said in the past, I've seen a lot of time skips, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Magi, I've seen time skips, and this one, it's just been balls to the walls. 2 chapters in a row of just Asta showing, yeah fam, these 6 months, I'm gonna show you what 6 months in Black Clover time skip is like, because dude was just a monster, and we gotta talk about that ending. Asta's new power using Demon Destroyer, fam. What the, yo, Black Clover baby, 230. Let's talk about it. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. So once again, Black Clover, chapter 230, 2 chapters into the time skip now, and we still haven't seen anybody but Asta in terms of from the Black Bulls or any of the long-term characters that have been around for a while. And their new look, aside from, again, last week's color page where we got to see, it was Noelle, Mimosa, and Nero, in the color page. But besides that, it's just been straight up Asta going in, the war has begun. It's not even waiting any a moment's notice. Asta's just been going in, which I kind of feel a certain way in terms of yo, Asta, you really got some cojones there, fam. You really not giving a rat's ass, because you think about it, he just went to an enemy base, a big domicile that's floating in between these mana zones and these countries essentially, and he went by himself. And granted though, even though this chapter they kind of got him a little bit, they hit him with a little something, he's just a monster, because the chapter opens up where Asta's on some Superman shit, I am here now, I am jacked as fuck, so don't worry about it, we all good, fam, I promise you. And he's kind of comforting the people, definitely. And the reason why I probably thought about Magi in the beginning of this video when I was talking about time skips and Magi, well, for starters, this one in comparison, if anybody read the Magi manga, Magi's time skip, it was ridiculously slow for the first, I don't even know, 20 chapters or so. This one, 2 chapters in, and we're just straight cutting to it. But even besides that, it definitely feels as though the situation at hand right now, where these people, these average Joes are getting used, their mana's getting sucked out of them to drive this force field along, kind of reminds me of the Goi situation in Magi, where, I forget, was it Magnus-Star, where they were just draining the magic out of people. Definitely reminiscent of that. And to be honest with you, Black Clover has in the past shown that it's kind of borrowed elements or been inspired by elements of Magi. I mean, it's just a culmination of every little bit of stuff that you might like, and tropes from all sorts of shonen, doing its own thing, taking all of that and then doing its own thing with it. So I ain't mad at it. I think it's cool. It kind of makes me oh man, I kind of miss Magi. And again, for all 3 of you out there that's read Magi, I know back in the day I was screaming about it, and I know I'm kind of trailing off from the Black Clover greatness that we got, but it just kind of gave me those vibes. And Asta so far, he's just really on some Braveheart shit. Dude is not giving a rat's ass. He's just there, yeah, I got y'all. And he got a whole squad of people coming down his neck, which again, ballsy move. This is the nation of Spade. These people are evil motherfuckers. So even when the dude is describing to Asta, he's I don't give it. They're normal Joes. Who cares? We're taking their mana. And if you have mana, we take it too. But he gets kind of shitted on one of the things throughout the series, yo, you even got magic, fam. What are you doing? And it honestly kind of took me back a little that Asta's already kind of gotten damaged. Well, I mean, that's what you get for going in it by yourself. And I'm imagining, here's my prediction, right? And there's still more to talk about, but here's my prediction. Asta, if he's already getting damaged at this point, and granted, he just sliced through the base and all that stuff, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this force field. Is it going to fall down? Is it going to stay afloat or whatever? But if he's getting damaged at this point and he's seemingly pulling out all the stops, if not all the stops, a good chunk of them, maybe towards the middle of this, the rest of the Black Bulls or Noelle and them are gonna be yo, why did you fly off without us, you freaking nut job? And then we'll see them come at a dire situation, because again, Asta right now, when he was fighting against that dude that he seemingly had poison magic, and he was using it on Asta. Asta still froze for a minute, yo, what the hell is going on? Which is said in the translation that they actually changed the name of his sword, which, I mean, I want to say that they had different names to begin with, but now he's calling it Demon Dweller, but I want to say that was the second sword's name anyways, but maybe I'm off. Either way, I kind of prefer it, considering there's a whole manga called Demon Slayer, so every time I think of it now, I'm well, I used to think of Berserk, now I think of the actual manga. Demon Dweller, let's rock with it. Again, I could be off, and it could have been the name of the other sword the entire time. I wasn't keeping track of the names of the swords, to be honest. But it's awesome to see that Asta went in there alone. And then on top of that, when things get rough, and I'm wondering, is this the full extent of Asta's power right now? Because we see as he's there frozen up and, you know, they got him stuck with that magic, dude says, Demon Destroyer, pulls out his sword. The sword, like, what the hell is going on? Like I said in my spoiler video, this reminds me of Bleach with the Bankais, when the Bankais would be so humongous, and that's why they had to restructure them down to smaller things, still having all of the spirit pressure or whatever, because you'd be swinging around a skyscraper. Asta pulling out his sword after saying Demon Destroyer, looks like he went into Black Asta mode, and then it just went straight through the roof, through to the clouds seemingly, and I'm like, what is Asta up to? I mean, even before that, we see he's triple wielding, like on some crazy, like, I don't know, I just felt like it was a culmination of so many things I like from so many different manga. Magi, we got like some Zoro triple wielding, we got Berserk with a giant freaking sword. It was just like, this was nuts. But then, the end of the chapter, which left me and a lot of people, I'm sure, like, what the hell is going on? Because, you know, he pulls out sword, Demon Destroyer, and all of a sudden you see at the top, above all, a demon silhouette that looks very similar to the one in Asta's grimoire. So I don't know if we're right now entering like Naruto-ish territory where, because if you think about it, the devil in Asta's grimoire is kind of similar to, you know, you could compare it to things we've seen again, like Bleach with the Hollow. And I know people are probably like, man, you talked about a lot of different series in this video. It's just what I feel. I'm going to talk about how I feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anybody. Maybe they're going a route in terms of, you know, when Naruto would create his QB chakra and he would create like a Kurama out of chakra. Maybe potentially that's what's happening here. Now obviously it's not magic per se, but whatever Asta's new ability could be, maybe he somehow learned to not befriend, but kind of have some, I don't even want to say camaraderie, because this is a devil we're speaking of, and it doesn't seem like a nice one either. I mean, look how he treated the other devil at the end of the last arc. But maybe Asta's learned somehow to utilize that power to create like a kind of like creating Kurama out of chakra, but creating the devil out of like some type of magic or some anti-magic combination. I don't freaking know. We don't know everything that Asta's learned in these 6 months, and I'm curious, like, is this the extent of his powers already? Because this is a big technique. This seems like some shit that he would have pulled out against Magicular. So the fact that he's using it on, I don't want to say grunts, because dude, I mean, he was able to kind of stop Asta in his tracks with his poison magic, but he's pulling out some very big guns. The sword going gigantic, this big demon spirit above the whole damn thing. Like, this is some endgame stuff, and I'm curious to see exactly how he's going to utilize Demon Destroyer. Like, this chapter was nuts. It was an action-packed chapter. Asta going in by himself. But I can't even lie, I loved it. I just wish, I'll be honest with you, a wish list type of deal. Like, where's the rest of the people? I want to see more of the Black Bulls. And again, like I theorized earlier, they probably will show up either at the end of all this or when Asta really needs them. Maybe Asta will sink the whole damn thing, and then Noelle and them will show up and be like, damn, you went off without us and you finished it all by yourself? You crazy, dog. But honestly, chapter really dope. It's just, I'm just taken back. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm very shocked and surprised at a time skip like this that, you know, it's just straight jumping into everything. It feels like, I don't want to say it's rushing, and I hope it's not rushing. I hope it's not that, like, there's some secret cancellation thing, because they do stuff like that in Jump. Like, they won't tell us until, like, there's 5 chapters left that it's ending. But, like, the fact that we jumped into the time skip, and Asta in the first chapter of the time skip already went and he's fighting these people. He went to the Nation of Spade people and he's bodying them. Second chapter, he's showing powers of this magnitude. This seems like, I don't know, I'm just hoping that, again, it's just Tabata being Tabata and saying, I don't give a shit, I want to go do really cool stuff, because that's what Black Clover usually embodies, like really cool shit, really quick, and then the anime has to come and pad it up with a whole bunch of filler and stuff like that. So only time will tell. But again, action-packed chapter. Curious what you guys think. First of all, what the hell was that Asta did at the end with that giant demon spirit looking thing on top of it? Is that a part of his new technique? Did he find a way to utilize that devil? Has he been communicating with the devil in his grimoire? Maybe they have some type of camaraderie at this particular point, or at the very least they're like, I help you, you help me. Or is it that Asta is already losing it and we're really just going real quick? Like, your thoughts on that? Do you think that at this particular point Black Clover is going a little too quick? I personally feel like, yeah, it's not per se rushing it, but 2 chapters in, we're fighting people from the nation of Spade, the big war that was promised. We got this giant power, Asta's sword turned into a skyscraper sword. Like, what the hell is going on? And your overall thoughts and expectations. Who's the first character besides Asta that you want to see? 'Cause obviously we already had Asta, and from the time skip in the next upcoming chapter. Like, I'm still curious, like, yo, why did we forewarn of this, you know, guy that fell over saying, oh, Master Yuno, and we still haven't seen him yet? What's that about? Is some people are predicting that it's of nobility, like maybe Yuno is from nobility or something like that. I just can't wait. And your overall thoughts and expectation for Black Clover from chapter 231 and beyond. Another action-packed chapter. Things is moving really, really quick, and I ain't mad at it. It's a different type of time skip. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links, of course, are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride. But I hope you know that